Hey class, Absolute 5 here. So today we're going to talk about subtracting whole numbers and the concept of borrowing. So subtraction, it's the reverse logic of addition. So whatever you are adding numbers, they get bigger, but when you're subtracting, they get smaller. It's kind of like polar opposites where one's increasing and while the other one is decreasing backwards. Think of it that way if you can't think of it visually. I just gave you an example just now. So let's write it out real quick. So subtracting whole numbers, okay? So we understand to subtract whole numbers, we subtract the digits in the ones place, then the tens place, then the hundreds place, and so on. Not soon, but so on. So let's say we have 893 subtracted by 52, right? So just like it states here, subtract each place value, just like how you would add up place values, you do the same thing, just you take away. So 3 take away 2 would be 1. 9 minus 5, that would be 4. So your answer would be 841. And ideally, you also want to know these other concepts where, real quick, let's say the first example here has 11 minus 11, right? You have 11 minus 11, that's going to give you 0. So generally, the general idea is to remember this property is if you have a number and you subtract you have a number and you subtract that exact same number, you always get 0. But what about if you get 45 minus 0? Some people might put, negative 45, I think, but that's actually the other way around. But it's actually 45. So the other general property for subtraction is if you ever have a number and it's subtracted by 0, your answer is that same number. So basic concepts to keep and remember, and there are little tips here and there. Now, what happens in a situation where the top numbers are smaller than the bottom numbers? So let's see what that looks like. Okay, so let's say this example states 81 minus 63, right? So remember how in addition, right? You would, if the numbers, let's say this was 9, this is 3, 9 plus 3 would be 12. You put the 2 down here and you would carry the 1 over here, then you continue adding because you keep increasing it. Reverse logic would be this: 1 minus 3, that's not going to work in the place value system. So I borrow from the tens place, this is the 7. But since this is 10, I add 10 to this 1, making this 11 minus 3. So 11 minus 3 would be what? 8. 7 minus 6 is 1. That'll be 18. Let's have another one. Let's say I gave you 543 minus 29. Okay, so same idea. We have to, the 3 is smaller than the 9, so I have to borrow 1 from the 4, makes it 3. How I normally do this is this. I normally I normally put the 10, that 10 here, I normally just put it as a 1 in front of the 3, making this 13. So 13 minus 9 would be 4, 3 minus 2 is 1, and I just have 5 because there's no place value in front of the 5. I mean, if you want, you could put the 0, and just because it's a place value, you can, but traditionally, you're just simply, if you see nothing there, 0 is there pretty much. You subtract the 2. So, for homework, for you guys, I want you to subtract 20 minus, well, let's try 2000 minus 1987. I want you to subtract that, show your work, and let me know what you get, okay? So that's the lesson for you guys for today. Be sure to like, share, and subscribe to my channel. Smash that bell button to receive more content, so it's when you'll be notified for more videos. And if you have a suggestion or any comment you want to leave me, leave them down in the description down below. Also, having a brain fire, I don't know. I'm just gonna wrap this up. So this has been Absolute 5. I'm Roger Palomino. Math is infinite because there are infinitely many possibilities. Take care.